Hello everyone, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium where I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is a debut on the channel, always fun. Detroit Become Human, and the song is Connor Main Theme, requested by Pepita on Patreon. So I have heard of this game only because it's somewhat recent. I know nothing of this game, and I've always thought that the title has always been kind of confusing. It's a very weird choice of words together. I don't know who Connor is, but here we go. It's kind of a long song, so I'm guessing it's maybe a bit of a loop. I do not know who composed this. I know nothing of this game except I've heard that name pretty recently. So here we go. Connor Main Theme from Detroit Become Human. Let's go. I already like it. No, I'm just kidding. Shh. Oh, that sounds weird. Boom, 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 bouncing. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared of where this is gonna go. Ooh. This is definitely already a car stereo song. Kind of genreless at the moment, just floating endlessly. Light synth. Bunch of reverb on that. Ooh. Sounds like a movie. Some James Cameron going on. That is heavy, heavy bass. There's like barely any treble on that. 3 minutes later, percussion. It's definitely panned left and right. You can hear two different sounds on each side. We're only halfway. Interesting. Violin. This is trippy. Kind of melodic now. It's still very drony, but it's like there's a little bit of a chord progression there. Sounds like a household item in the background, doing the little. I mean, it's not impossible. It sounds very experimental. This is the kind of song people would make random sounds into an instrument. I think we're back at the beginning. We've come full circle. Ooh. One of the more unique tracks I've had on the channel for many reasons. Which is funny to say because there's not a whole lot like going on. There's a lot of empty void. Well, that's kind of redundant. There's a lot of, I guess, it was kind of like an abyss, right? Kind of like this image, just kind of floating through nothing. But yeah, it was still different enough. The whole thing reminded me very much so a movie, like theatrical, cinematic type of, I don't know. I just couldn't get I couldn't get movie out of my head. It just sounded so much like a big epic scene The protagonist is kind of, I don't know, something. I know it's a very thorough explanation, but this song is all dynamics. Like all dynamics. Dynamics meaning playing softer here, harder here. It's a very human type of sound, even though it's all, of course, electronic. You know, there's a whole like, some things are just hit harder, and some things are just kind of over here, and it's very mysterious. It's big, but it's intentional. It's made to sound uncomfortable. The whole time was uncomfortable. Fear of the unknown, just this void, just space. So it was 8 minutes, and I don't think it looped until maybe the end. No, I don't even think it looped. I think that's just the name, or I think that's just the way the song is. So, I mean, you can think of it as a song, but I think of it more as kind of ambience, which has some song elements in it. For example, there's tiny little melodies they throw here and there. And then, like most of the song, they introduced you to something, and then a couple seconds later, it's just gone. So you can never really hang on to a thought for too long, making it also more uncomfortable, which, because the listener wants to kind of hear like a repeating pattern just so they can hold on to it and kind of groove along or something. But whenever they give you any sort of anything, they just take the plate again. So it has this monumental amount of stress attached to it in 8 minutes of it. It's almost like you would listen to this to purposely stress yourself out. You know, people check out music that relaxes them and puts them in a space. I feel like you would listen to this for the opposite effect, and you want to feel, you know, anxiety or something, because clearly this is attached to a significant part of the game. What's it called again? Connor main theme. Oh man, that's even weirder. Now that I think about it, that's super odd. Obviously, Connor's going to be a character. Don't know who, bad or good. But that's attached to a character? I'm trying to see how that would play out. Clearly this game has some mystique about it, right? I'm not saying any of this in a bad way. It's just, obviously it's different. If you were to tell me there's a game called Detroit Become Human, that already is weird. And what does that mean? So that music totally goes with this image and that title. And the fact that that belongs to a character? I'm assuming it's a character. I really doubt Connor is the name of anything else. So basically, they set out to do something, and they accomplished that, because it's exactly what I would expect out of something like this. Still haven't seen any images or anything, gameplay, whatever. But to me, I kept just overwhelmingly feeling like bad, unsettling, uncomfortable movie action. I did have some action kind of feeling in there. Maybe even some moments of emotion. And then there was the whole part where they brought into that big, section with the drums, and then it's gone. And it was loud too. So it seemed like it was a build up to that, but kind of not really. It was just like yet another hurdle, because as soon as we got to that, it was gone. So it's a very interesting song for all those reasons. But all it really did for me was just open up a bunch of questions. And it's questions that I find myself asking a lot on this channel, and that's the big C word, which is curious. But with this one, it's a little more than curious. It's just more like, what was the purpose of any of that? And again, not in a bad way, just literally, what was the purpose of that? And why was it so long, It's a long theme for someone. I wonder if these songs are made, this will sound kind of weird, but I wonder if this kind of song was made to pay attention to, or to kind of just ignore while the game gets emphasized. Does that make sense? Connor main theme, from Detroit to Become Human. Let me know how the game is, if you like it or not. I'm very curious, again, of what this game is, because that I had no answers. It just made me, like I said, I've only heard the name. Now it's made me even more confused as to what it is. But cool. I mean, obviously the composers know what they're doing. That's talented work. And they set out to do the feeling I think they were trying to invoke, which is mystery and I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like they're making me confused, which is definitely planned. Anyway, thank you, Pepito, for that. Very interesting. Let me know again how you like this game, and what else do you want to tell me about Detroit Become Human, and who the composer is. I would like to thank my Patreon members that you see right here supporting me. I would not be here without them. Big thank you to my Platinum members on Patreon as well that have priority in my list of a gigantic list. That is Kevin, Patrick, Terry, Vanadel, Callanan, Garderlane, Pepita, Justin, Knox, and Triage 101. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse. This has been the Auditorium. Late.